Welcome back, everyone. We have an update from Clearday Inc., which trades on the OTCQX under the symbol CLRD and is focused on personalized care and groundbreaking technology at the forefront of redefining the standards of senior living. We'll be speaking with James Walesa, but first, let's roll the video.
Hello, my name's Jim Walesa. I'm a founder and CEO of Clearday. Our company's mission statement is, no one should be alone when it comes to care. How do we do that? Well, we have two core business lines. One, Clearday Clubs. Two, Clearday Labs. For today's presentation, we're going to spend about 55 to 60% of the time on Clearday Clubs, about 20-30% of the time on Clearday Labs, and then close with questions from Anna and the audience. So let's talk about the why first. My why began 10 years ago when I saw the issues in the senior living business, and I'm constantly reminded of the challenges. I just so happened to be reading an article this last Sunday in the San Antonio Express News, and it was an article written by Maren Wolf, who actually works at one of their sister news, Dallas Morning News. And she interviewed Mark Denzen. Mark Denzen is the executive director of the Northeast Dallas chapter of the Alzheimer's Association. So what I'm about to share with you is red hot, off the presses from the Alzheimer's Association. I'm going to read it to you from the article. Texas has more than 1 million caregivers who worked 1.53 billion unpaid hours. That's just in 2023. This carried a value of $23.94 billion. Now, more than a quarter of those Texas caregivers have depression, while nearly 60% live with chronic health conditions themselves. So take a minute and think for a second. You're in that world. And imagine you're in that world and you've taken care of your aunt, your uncle, your grandma, or even a spouse. Not just for days, maybe weeks, maybe months, maybe years. And you hear about this business, this thing called a Clearday Club. What is it? Hello, my name is Jim Walesa. I'm one of the founders of Clearday. And today we're going to talk to you about something called the Clearday Club. And it's part of our innovative services program. But I want to make sure everybody is very clear about this. We did not reinvent the wheel. We took something that was old, adult daycare, and turned it into adult day health centers. And we're going to talk a little bit about the demand for this, our costs associated with us, and how it's so consumer friendly. But before I go there, I want to talk about our mission statement. Years ago, one of my executives taught me a statement, and it was, no one should be alone when it comes to care. What I'd like to do now is introduce that executive to you, and she has been in the care business for decades. She is degreed and trained as a social worker. She's worked in assisted living, skilled care, nursing care, you name it, she's been there. And just this morning I asked her, do you consider yourself a social worker? And I'll let her answer that question. Linda Carrasco.
Our mission statement, no one should be alone when it comes to care. That's what we believe at Clearday Clubs. So when you come to Clearday Clubs, we do an individualized therapeutic care plan where we can look at socialization, the health aspects, to know our clients and know what they need to get through the day. Our goal is to keep people independent, active, so that they can stay at home longer. The socialization and the engagement is so very important, because if you don't have that, you're not going to be able to continue on. We even work with the activities of daily living, where we're looking at their nutrition, for their special diets that they may be on. We look at medication management. We look at their activities of daily living, which is nutrition, toileting, transferring, helping them with their dressing and their grooming if they need that. We want to be that support system to keep people as independent as possible. As you learn more through Clearday clubs, Jim will share much, much more with you.
Linda, awesome, and we appreciate your care. Folks, many of you out there going, is there a line of sight for growth in this business? And the answer is yes. 10,000 Americans turn 65 every day, and this is going to happen for almost a decade going forward. But the little known secret is this has been happening already. So we have millions of Americans today who are now getting into their mid-70s when their bodies and their minds need more care, just at a time when there aren't enough caregivers out there. You might seek out home care, but there's one home care provider for every 43 job openings. You might say, oh, what about residential care? Well, that's difficult, and it's usually the last thing people want to deal with. And let's talk about cost. We are what we consider to be the low-cost provider of awesome care. Let's look at the comparable. You use our services, it's $2,350 a month. If you want to try to find a home care worker, that's going to be between $65,000 and $75,000 a year. If you want to move into residential care, which is the last choice for people, that's in the tune of $6,000 to $10,000 a month. So if you look at it, we give you almost everything you can get in a residential care community, and you get to stay home. Thank you and welcome back as we talk more about the Clearday clubs. And one of the things I want to do is talk about the market opportunity. So let's talk about it relative to the United States first. Let's talk about spend. In 2022, we spent in this country $16.5 billion on adult daycare. Last year in 2023, that number went up to $17.5 billion. It's projected by Grandview Research that this market will continue to grow at a 5.1% annualized pace. That means by 2030, $24 billion a year is going to be spent on adult daycare. But let's focus in our backyard. Clearday here is headquartered in San Antonio. So we're part of that Texaplex, which is Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, moving up towards Austin. In Texas alone, according to the Department of Commerce, there are 2,353,000 people over age 70. Now let's focus down further. As you can see in my chart, again from the U.S. Department of Commerce, veterans, 1,583,000 veterans. Of that, 38% are right in our sweet spot of age where they need more care. So our target market with the Veterans Administration is over 600,000 people that will qualify for veterans aid that we can give them on a daily basis. And remember, a Clearday Club allows you to get almost all the benefits of residential care, but you stay at home at a portion of the cost. Well, Marcus, thank you very much. I hope everybody appreciated the work from our Clearday studios. What I'd like to do is turn this over to Anna. I know they've got some questions already, and I think one of them has to do with Clearday Labs. Anna?
All right, there you have it, Clearday. We will get some questions from Jim next month when he joins us for an update. In the meantime, we have Shuttle Pharmaceuticals. They are coming up next. Stay tuned.